Finland are known to play this. They were very defensive last time against that Orisa opponent in quarterfinal. Cloud can just sit pretty, wait for KSA to approach with this blizzard, but Yubi has a similar idea. Both blizzards are dropped. It's a no man's land, and it's only Vestola frozen, I believe, and the sound barrier is just enough. And the immortality from Mickey. Vestola is alive. Is this enough for Finland? It's down to the DPS and KSA. They were desperate for the kill. They were divided and conquered Finland 100-0.
A slightly different type of video today. So far, a lot of my content has focused on bigger, grander topics like how did a team lose a tournament? Why did a series start going the other way for a team? Whereas what I want to do in this video is focus more on a specific moment, highlight some particularly good gameplay and some good decisions, and look at it in a little bit more detail. But what I want to highlight today is from Vestola. Vestola got a lot of praise across the Overwatch World Cup for his Sigma play here, for a number of rocks he hit, the amount of damage he hit, the fluxes he cancelled. But this is actually less about the shots he hits and more about his mid-fight decision making. So if we look at this fight, a lot of ults coming online for Saudi Arabia. Mayo already available for Cloud, but not a lot else. Finland are in charge of a point. They're going to force Saudi Arabia to come into them. And what Saudi Arabia want to do is they want to start this fight with Mayo. So you can see already a lot of quite split positioning. Mixi and Sauna should be safe from the Mayo here. Massa is ready to stay out of it himself, but also amp these guys out. Likewise, Sauna's going to try and do a TP disengage play for anyone stuck in the Mayo. They're going to start. Both walls go down. Both Mayolts come out. We're going to see an amp out from Haku to get everyone safely away from here and a disengaged TP play. Similarly, Sauna's going to go for the same thing. So what happens here is actually Yubi does a pretty good job just body blocking Vestola enough that he freezes just before he gets the TP. So now in theory, there should be big trouble for Vestola. Great chance to focus him down. But obviously, because Cloud also uses Mayolt, there's actually limited opportunity for anyone but Yubi to really shoot this. So while they get a lot of damage onto Vestola, Massa's able to use the beat in time to save him. And now at this point, if I'm Saudi Arabia, I'm still pretty happy with this. They're just dropping Simwall. The beats had to be used defensively for Team Finland. It's a good beat to save Vestola, but it's hard for Finland to do much more on this beat. Now KSA is going to get his Flux and try and finish the fight with it. KSA is going to target, understandably, the weak Vestola, as well as the Bap. Vestola took the TP out to avoid Yubi, gets out on 1 HP, then finds himself in the middle of a Flux, so he thinks he's safe, but he's not safe. But Vestola really switched on, manages to TP back out, dodges the Flux. Only Mixi gets hit, but Mixi obviously has his cooldowns and has a bit of beat health still. Vestola finds himself in a pretty precarious situation in a 1v2, has the last little bit of lamp, manages to TP back. Now, not only does KSA die, so the Flux doesn't go through, Vestola's now managed to TP back on 1 HP, will get pocketed up again, and now all of a sudden, the fight starts to look really chaotic. If we look at Saudi Arabia's positioning, they're kind of all over the place. Finland's slightly more grouped, but Cloud is over here. But again, if we look at Finland's decision-making mid-fight, what's going to happen? They're going to TP to try and group up on Cloud, help their guy out. Obviously conscious of the Simwall being in play, don't want to fight on an enemy Simwall. Sauna's going to TP himself out. Cloud's going to wall and TP out. And now all of a sudden, if I pause it again, Finland have done a pretty good job. Maybe Mass can be a bit closer. They've done a pretty good job regrouping and getting everyone back together here. And I really think the decision making from Vestola, mid-fight to dodge all these ults, dodge for damage, keep himself alive, were absolutely crucial in turning this fight and ultimately this map in Finland's way. And from here, it's just straightforward. Focus for kills. Desperation window from Majid. No problem. A clean fight for Finland, 100-12 on his final point, helped them win Suravasa and helped start their comeback in this series.